Bill Malugin says, the State Department confirms to Fox News that all visas for Boulder terror attack suspect Mohammed Solomon's family have been revoked. ICE arrested all of them earlier today, and they are now in federal custody being processed for expedited removal and fast deportation. So it sounds like they may have been here legally. Now, I'm going to make an assumption. They came here illegally, overstayed their visas, and then got special provisions from the Biden administration.
Yeah, that's the reporting that I've heard. But look, the whole family should go back. Sorry, if they're here on visas and your father does this kind of stuff, you got to go back to where you came from. There was something that I saw on Twitter earlier today or yesterday that Stephen Miller is extremely unhappy with the number of deportations and how fast it's happening. That echoes what you hear from people on the internet. Everybody, frequently, you hear people say, it's not happening fast enough. It's been this many months. Where's this? Where's that? And I think that Stephen Miller is echoing that. And I think that this kind of stuff is part of the result of the administration paying attention to what people on the internet and their supporters think.
Right. And could you imagine if Osama bin Laden's family was here during 9/11? I mean,
right. And then if the government put them on planes and shuttled them out secretly.
Exactly. What, are you going to keep them here? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just hope people are aware that literally happened.
Yeah. his family was here.
But I think they were, his family was shuttled out protectively. And the argument they gave was that the family wasn't associated and they were concerned for their safety or something.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I heard too. I heard that it's the builder magnet kind of dude that was his dad was in the U.S. doing that stuff. So,
well, Biden let this guy stay here illegally, and this is what happens.
All of this stuff can be directly given right to the Democrats, and they haven't even come out and strongly denounced this. I haven't heard any,
not once,
Washington Democrats even make a remark about this.
No, they're struggling to avoid having to take responsibility for the rhetoric and for the ideologies they promote.
Mm-hmm.
Democrats have been having these secret meetings. I love it. They give all of them top secret names. Not kidding. They've got, what do they have? So everyone knows about Project Sam, right?
What was Sam?
Project Sam?
Yeah.
That's where the Democrats spent $20 million to try and figure out how to talk to American men.
Okay, all right, that's right.
Yeah, Project Sam.
I didn't realize that was called Project Sam.
That's a thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
Wow.
Hold on. Project Searchlight and Wildflower. These people are so deranged. And I just take a look at what Nate Silver was reporting, where they got a high rate of mental illness. This is what you get. They blindly march in lockstep with crackpot agendas and ideologies that make no sense. They allow these lunatics, unvetted, or sometimes they know they're dangerous, to stay in this country, and this is what happens. When they try to assess, hey, what's wrong with the Democratic Party? Why are people leaving? They're like, I get an idea. Let's spend $10 million going to a resort where we'll have a special event called Project Starlight. And then we're going to talk about why we can't attract regular working people. And it's like, maybe it's your fake movie-esque code names and inability to discern, how to live like a normal person.
Democrats really are the theater kids.
Yep.
And it shows.
That's all of Congress. I mean, pretty much. They're just the ugly kids that couldn't,
So what I think is absolutely fascinating, well, first and foremost, Laura Loomer, I don't think get enough credit for her phenomenal reporting here, and the influence she has in the administration can't really be understated. There's other reporting today that she met with Vice President J.D. Vance. So Laura Loomer has her fingers probably not only in the executive branch, but probably also over at DHS. So her reporting also led to the deportation here. I think what the story is going to turn into is it being not just about this guy and his terrorist attack, but it will ultimately be about the decision to deport his family members as well. They likely weren't citizens. I think the reporting showed that they were here on visas, but I think moving forward, the Democrats will actually choose to defend this person's family. They will say this,
Yep.
They don't deserve it. They have no relation to him, despite the extremism definitely in the family. The wife definitely knew something about this.
This is the criminal action of one man
Yeah, and I think we should also recognize a little bit more about the culture that Muhammad comes from and how they view these acts of violence versus how we view it in a Western sense. So some people here will condemn it. Many pro-Hamas or pro-Palestine people will actually commend this guy and justify it and say this is an act of resistance and he's a martyr. But when he goes back to Egypt or Kuwait or this family, wherever they're deported to, they will be brought back as heroes, actually.
I had an idea.
It's a death cult.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.